If I'm the Lakers, though, I definitely can't invest all of my money into Luka and Austin Reeves as my franchise guys. I'm gonna say this again. If the Lakers are trying to get to the promised land and trying to win another championship, Austin Reeves and Luka together cannot be your two best players to lead you to a championship.
You cannot overpay for players. And the standard in LA isn't the regular season, where Austin Reeves' numbers are pretty darn good. Let's go to his last 3 postseasons. The Lakers are 3-13. He averages 17 a game. He shoots 28% from three-point, and he's a disaster plus minus. Oh, yeah, he is a defensive liability. Both his body and his body of work are not good. So do you want to pay that 46, 47, 48 million annual? Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey.
We would look at you and break you down where you were weak, and then we would attack you, right? And so that's what the Lakers going to have to deal with once the playoff, because we saw it against Boston. Boston looked up and said, okay, I'm going to put Luka in the pick and roll every time. And then Tatum had him saying, you want me? Okay, I'm going to just go past you or pull up with my jump shot, because he knew he could just beat him off the dribble. They did the same thing to Austin Reeves. So the two dudes they wanted to attack was Luka and Austin Reeves off the dribble. So Jaylen Brown said, "Oh, my turn. You had a big first half.
Right, my turn now.
My turn now." And that's how they beat the Lakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all do me a favor, folks, and drop a like on the video, man. And yeah, man, we are back, folks. We are actually back. You guys see the title of the show, folks. It's funny because, yesterday I kind of touched on this a little bit. The reports were out there that Jonathan Kuminga, folks, was down to 2 options in free agency. Okay, he was down to either the Minnesota Timberpups or the LA Fakers. Okay, so I told you guys on yesterday's show, I said, if I could offer this clown Jonathan Kuminga any advice, okay, my advice to him would be to steer clear of the Caucasoids out in California. Okay, steer clear. Go ahead and go to Minnesota. Go play for a serious organization with a real head coach, Chris Finch, a real superstar in Anthony Edwards. All right? Do not toy around with the Fakers. Folks, we had content creators, okay? And I'm not going to say any names. You guys know who they are.
LeBron fans.
We had content creators, folks. They even dropped videos, okay, saying that Jonathan Kuminga would choose the Fakers. Okay, folks, Jonathan Kuminga chose the Timberpups. So that's really what I want to discuss, for this particular show. I definitely would like to speak to a few of you Faker fans, a few of you Faker frauds out there. If you guys are still tuned in and, listening to this channel. Because, I think it's very interesting to me how nobody wanted to play with Kobe either, right? And it's funny how, all the Kobe fans, they were in support of Luka Doncic coming to the Fakers. They love this pickup, right? Because what that did was it essentially pushed LeBron out the back door. So all of the Kobe tards, right, all of the Kobe Bryant fans, they've been loving Luka Doncic being a member of the Fakers, right? Well, now they're experiencing the same thing that they experienced with Kobe Bryant in his final years in the NBA. Nobody wanted to play with him. And this is why Kobe Bryant, the last, 4 or 5 years of his career, this is why the Lakers were dog shit. This is why they were trash. Kobe's body was breaking down, and nobody else was willing to come, be his scapegoat. So, that's what I'm here to discuss, folks. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. We got Pacey. We got We Messy TV. Shout out to Kitschy. We got Thompson. You said the video titles be sending me. Shout out to Jay in the chat. We got Matthew. What up, man? You said Kuminga should have fired his agent and or inner circle. His contracts have been trash. We got Big Willie. You said no one's going to the Fakers. We got Goat Man. What up, man? Shout out to Trady too. We got Ty. What's going on, man? Okay, we got Spiragram. You said LOL. No black player with a brain will say yes to Luka Fraudchick. Yeah, I like Luka Duker better, bro. I like Luka Duker a little bit better. We got we got A Hall. You said Luka Duker is the left cheek and Aston Referees is the right. Together they are ass. Exactly. We got Tax the Prophet. He says, I'm proud seeing blacks stand on business against the Fakers and how they did Go James. Exactly. That's a good point. I just don't know why anybody in their right mind would choose to go to the Fakers. To me, the only players that would go to the Fakers are players that just don't have any other options, i.e. a Colin Sexton, right? Okay, it makes sense for him to go to the Fakers. I mean, he's almost out the league, right? So it kind of makes sense for him to go. But, if you're a player with options like Kuminga, right? If you got, a couple of teams out there vying for your services, I don't really think it makes sense to choose the Fakers. I want to show you guys, though, this video. Dreamers Pro, he actually got cooked yesterday by his own community. So he posted a video pretty much predicting that Jonathan Kuminga was going to join, the Fakers. I want you guys to take a listen to this, folks. Here we go.
This is a bunch of nonsense. So you heard you heard what they had to say there. I was hearing some sounds at the back, so it kind of threw off my concentration there. Anyway, what are my thoughts about this? This is something that I want to happen. Okay? Because with Kuminga on the team, it gives the team some scoring, athleticism on the wing, defending, and some defense. And that's what they need. Right? I still don't know what the Lakers starting lineup is going to look like. Right? I mean, I have an idea of a few players: Walker Kessler, Luka, of course, Austin Reeves. We still have to see who the remaining two starters are going to be. But I think that him joining the team could definitely help them. I think it could definitely help them. Obviously, you've seen Luka Doncic flourish with players like PJ Washington in the past. So I think that the Lakers are right to keep an eye on him. And I think the Lakers are ultimately going to get him. All right? I think the Lakers are ultimately going to get him. And then if I'm the Lakers, I'll just kind of roll the dice with what I have going into next season. That's what I would do.
Shut your bitch ass up.
You have other teams out there that are very stout. Obviously, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're really good. You saw what happened the two times they played. I think they played them two times that they played the Lakers last year. It was a bloodbath. Of course, so you have them atop of the conference. And then, of course, you have the San Antonio Spurs. I just even heard their point guard got even taller. He's now like 6'8", Castle. He grew. So Victor Wembanyama grew. So those guys are just a bunch of like, Decepticons over there. But I think that this is something that could potentially work, and it could be a good fit. And I think that he could kind of mesh in with what they're doing. Luka, to me, has been showing a lot of leadership with this group. For the simple fact that he's like organized all of these things, paid for it, flown the team out to his country for them to bond. I think they went fishing, hooped together, had dinner together. This is how you build camaraderie with one another. So I think Luka is doing a fantastic job. And I think a person like Kuminga could potentially just fit into what they're doing. Also, there may be some people like, maybe he may not mesh with the locker room. No, I think if you also add JJ Redick to the mix, I think he'll be able to kind of get through to guys like that and not allow the locker room to just fall apart. I think he'll be able to talk to a younger guy like that that's not as established, like maybe like a LeBron, who's a little bit more difficult to talk to. I mean, at the end of the day, still LeBron James, so you can't just talk to him the way you would talk to Shut your bitch ass up. A third-year guy or fourth-year guy. It's a totally different thing. So I don't think JJ would have that kind of issue doing that. So to me, man, this is something that I'm really hoping for would happen. I'm hoping that it would happen. You know, and I'm all in on the Lakers this year. I'm all in on the Lakers this year because I feel like a lot of people have written them off. A lot of people are saying that the Lakers are not going to be any good, and I fundamentally disagree with that. I think it's just a lot of people who are upset with the Lakers because they jettisoned LeBron James, and they're now trying to take it out on them. You know, the Lakers are not going to be all of this, man. They're not going to be anything with all. I just don't believe that. You know, I remember the whole thing of, LeBron's going to come to the Lakers and he's going to show Luka how to get in shape. And Luka looks in better shape right now than he did last year. He looks in better shape right now than he did last year. And I saw some photos of him on the internet, like when he was in the finals versus the Mavs. I'm like, man, Luka had considerably more weight on his body, and he was in the finals. Like, it was incredible. So I'm really high on the Lakers, man, and I hope that they can pull this off. I really, really do. These are my thoughts. So what I want.
I'm sorry in advance if I let you down. I'm sorry in advance if I let you down.
Shut your bitch ass up.
So you guys heard, I guess, Faker fans. I mean, I don't even know if you can classify Dweebers Pro as a Faker fan. But you guys heard Faker fans yesterday, right? They were throwing cheeks when they heard that Jonathan Kuminga might choose the Fakers. So this is Dreamers Pro's comment section after this Goy Slop video that he posted yesterday. I want you guys to look at some of the comments, folks. They were absolutely cooking this clown. So somebody said, and he went to Minnesota. Somebody said, you sound dumb, bro. Somebody said, you don't know shit. Just a know-nothing YouTuber. Somebody said, you're late, bro. He picked Minnesota. Somebody said, wrong again. Somebody said, delete this video. Somebody said, just quit your channel. You're not on the know and just report BS. Yeah. I've been told you guys this, man. The dude lives in Nigeria. He's just trolling, man. Seriously. All he does is troll. Somebody said, damn, Charles wrong again. Somebody said he's signing with Minnesota. Just signed with the Wolves. Nope, he went to Minnesota. Let's see if you can find a way to blame LeBron for it. Exactly.
LeBron fans.
He said, when did this tether become a Lakers fan? So, folks, as you guys can see, right, his own community yesterday was absolutely, destroying this clown for, pretty much predicting that Jonathan Kuminga was going to become a faker, right, which he did not do. Now, y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. Let's tap in with this stinky Jeet scam Sharania. Let's tap in with this smelly motherfucker. Shams. Let's see what Sham Sharania had to say. Where is this clown's page? Okay, here we go. Let's tap in with this scam artist, the fake Woj. That's why I call him the fake Adrian Wojnarowski. Fuck out of here. So yeah, let's tap in with this clown. Let's see what he had to say. So this was 18 hours ago. He said Kuminga chose the Timber Pups over offers from the Lakers, Bulls, and the Trailblazers, bypassing a similar starting role and $12 million plus annually over 3 years in LA to land in Minnesota for a shorter term deal and an ability to have more control over his future. Let me repeat this again. Jonathan Kuminga chose to go to Minnesota, and he bypassed a similar starting role and $12 million plus annually over 3 years in LA. So if you guys are a little bit confused, Jonathan Kuminga could have also gotten a starting role in LA as well, just like he's gotten with Minnesota. He could have also started in LA as well, and they would have needed his services in the starting lineup because they have no defense outside of Walker Kessler at all in their starting lineup. So they could have used his perimeter defense, and they would have put him in the starting lineup. So he turns down a starting role with the Fakers. Right? The Fakers offered him $12 million plus annually. Now, if you guys remember, he signed in Minnesota for 2 years and $13 million. So if you do the math, that's about $6.5 million annually. So the Fakers were essentially offering him twice as much as Minnesota did. And he turned it down. Look at what he reported. $12 million plus annually. He only is going to get about 6.5 a year in Minnesota. Why didn't he join the Fakers? Chat, hold on. Wasn't Faker fans just telling us that they're the Fakers and they're the most historic franchise in all of basketball, and we don't need LeBron, and we're the Fakers? Remember when they were saying that? You guys remember when they were saying that, right? So how come they couldn't sign Jonathan Kuminga if they're the Fakers?
I'm a rolling stone.
I'm trying to figure this out, chat. I thought they were the Fakers. I thought they were the most prestige franchise in all of basketball. I thought they were up there with the Cowboys and stuff. How come they offered Jonathan Kuminga twice as much money as Minnesota did, and he elected to go sign in Minnesota over playing in LA with Luka Doncic? Exactly. I've told you guys this, and I'm going to say it again. This isn't the 1980s anymore. We're playing for the Fakers, right? Was, beneficial for a player. Nobody gives a fuck anymore about playing in LA. I've been trying to tell you people this. You guys thought you were bigger than the program. You guys thought you were special because what? You got a beach? Okay. Congratulations. You have a beach. Whoop-de-doo. Yo, where's my Young Thug soundbite? Chat, hold on. Where's my Young Thug soundbite? Give me 1 second. Faker fans thought they were bigger than the program because they had a beach. Whoop-de-doo.
Head up, chin up, fuck that, nigga. If we go to prison for the rest of our life, whoop-de-doo. We go to prison, nigga. If we beat these folk, whoop-de-doo, we beat them.
Whoop-de-doo. Wow, you got a beach. Wow. Wow. Amazing. No, dude. Nobody gives a fuck, man. Oh, well, we're LA and we got the best weather and we got beaches and blah, blah, blah. Nope, nobody cares, dude. This isn't the 80s when there were, 5 teams in the NBA and the only teams that were winning were the Lakers and the Celtics. Okay, sure, 50 years ago, yeah, it would make sense for a player to go to LA. That was 50 years ago. Like I've been trying to tell you, faker frauds, y'all are living off of an era that doesn't exist anymore. Oh, we got 17 championships. The majority of y'all saying that weren't even alive when the majority of those championships were won. You weren't even born yet. The majority of you faker fans, y'all be claiming championships that you never even saw. Imagine that. So that's just one angle, right? The other angle that I've been trying to tell you guys, nobody wants to play with Luka Doncic. You want to know part of the reason why they had to overpay Aston? Because who else were they going to go get to come play with Luka Doncic? Who else were they going to go get, chat? Nobody wants to play with this dude. Jonathan Kuminga literally just turned down $12 million a year and a starting role to go sign for $6.5 million a year in Minnesota. What does that tell you about Luka Doncic? It tells you that nobody wants to play with him because of his playing style. It's the same thing with Kobe Bryant. It's the same reason why players didn't want to play with Kobe in his latter years. Who wants to come to LA and deal with Kobe? You guys remember when Dwight Howard was here? He was there for how long, chat? He was there for a year, and then he left and went to Houston. Why? Nobody wanted to deal with Kobe and his maniac ego. Nobody wants to deal with that crap. Nobody wants to deal with that dude. That's why he couldn't get the players to come play with him in LA in his last years in the league. Nobody wanted to play with him. It's the same thing now with Luka Doncic. Nobody wants to come play with him. How are you going to win a championship when you can't even get the players that you're going to need to come help you win a championship? You guys don't think this is a problem, Faker fans? Because I do. You guys are still holding out hope that this trade is going to work itself out. You people are living in la la land. I told y'all when the trade happened, and I've been telling you guys for the last year and a half since the trade went through, this has been a waste of time for everybody involved. It was a waste of a trade for Dallas. It's been a waste of a trade for the Lakers. And you people still don't want to acknowledge that. At least I can give credit to the Mavericks for cutting their losses and trading Anthony Davis while they could. But Faker fans still want to hold out hope that they're going to go have some sort of success with Luka Doncic. How are you going to have success and you can't even sign the adequate players that you're going to need to have said success? Make it make sense. You can't even get Jonathan Kuminga. You niggas can't even sign Jonathan Kuminga, dude. This is rock bottom for Faker fans.
I thought I would show you the souvenir from that night.
Oh yeah, it's still there.
You hang up the phone the night you're traded, and you threw it?
Yes.
Do you have that phone?
Yeah.
You still use that phone?
Yeah. Still works.
I've been a master my whole entire life since I've been a baby. This is the worst moment in the history of my life. This is ridiculous. This is crazy, man. We went to the NBA Finals. Why are we trading the best player, the franchise player? How are we trading the franchise player? You went to the NBA Finals. He's supposed to have a statue. Hell yeah. He's supposed to have a statue. Dirk got a statue right there. It's supposed to be Luka right there. Why we don't got a statue for Luka? This new management is putting profit over fans. Profit over fans. Feel me? They're not worried about the fans. They don't care that we've invested 7 years of it believing in Luka, but believing in building a team around Luka. They don't care about that. They just want to make their gambling money, make a couple $100 million, and leave us stuck out here. You know, now we're back to square one. We're back to square zero. You feel me? It's ridiculous. Luka filled that stadium. Who gonna fill it now? Who gonna fill that stadium now?
Wow, man. We got fair game. Yeah, shout out to fair game. Appreciate you, man. You said if Jonathan Kuminga would have signed with the Lakers, his career would have been done. Now at least Melo Ball should make him look decent offensively. If Jonathan Kuminga would have signed with the Fakers, that would have been career suicide. He knew that. That's why he took less money to go to Minnesota. And I called it. I called it before it went down. I said if that dude has a brain, he will stay far the fuck away from the LA Fakers. You saw it last year with LeBron. The whole world saw it. All they're going to do every day is bash you. If he would have went there, he would have became the scapegoat. He knew that. He said, no, I'm good. I'll take less money and preserve my career for the future, where I can go hit the free agent market in another year or two, than to go to LA and basically destroy my career playing with the Fakers. He's a smart man. This should tell you everything you need to know about the Luka Duker era in LA. It has been a waste of time for everybody involved. This trade was BS from the get-go, and I've been the only platform that has been consistent in telling you guys the truth about this trade. I've been the only one. I never liked this trade from the get-go. This dude, Luka Duker, is a Ukrainian mob boss. He's a Ukrainian fraudster. That's all he's doing over here. He's defrauding the NBA for hundreds of millions of dollars, and then he's taking his money and he's chartering a jet back to Yugoslavia. He's a Ukrainian fraudster. He's not here to win championships. He is not a Kobe. He is not a LeBron. He is not a Michael Jordan. He don't have that dog inside of him. He don't have that. He's a white boy. He's a Caucasoid from the Caucasus Mountains. He's not from the inner city. He's not from the trenches. He's not. And then when I get up on the show and I say this white boy sucks, y'all say I'm a hater. No, man, y'all are just not paying attention. Y'all just aren't paying attention. The dude is garbage. The only reason he ever had any success in his career is because of Jalen Brunson, Kyrie Irving, Porzingis, or whoever. That's been the only times that he had deep playoff success was with Jalen Brunson and with Kyrie. Two blacks. Without the blacks, without the dark butts, what has he done exactly? He's been in LA for 2 years, 2 playoff runs. He's got 1 playoff win. The dude is garbage, man. I mean, like, seriously, what are we even talking about, bro? He's been here for 2 consecutive playoff runs, and he's got 1 playoff win. He's been here for 2 years, and he's got 1 playoff win. The dude sucks. Send him back to the Caucasus Mountains where he belongs. He doesn't even belong over here. Why do you think he took the fakers to his country in Yugoslavia somewhere? Because that's where he belongs. Up there in the Caucasus Mountains. He doesn't belong over here with us. What did Kendrick Lamar say? They not like us. He wants to run over here and imitate heritage. You can't imitate this violence. That's all Luka Duker is, man. He's an imposter. He's pretending like he's a hooper. He's not one of us. And neither is Aston. Why do you think nobody wants to play with these guys? Because they know it's going to be free eats going against them. Why would I come and play with you when I could whoop the dog shit out of you going against you? Why would I come play with you? It doesn't make any sense. We got BK and Y. Shout out to BK and Y. He said Neanderthal. He said Neanderthal. We got CPA Joe. Shout out to CPA Joe. With the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
I will tell you why the beef started with me and Reggie, right? Reggie fucked one of my niggas' bitches, right? The locker room went to fuck one of my niggas' bitches, right? That's what he fucking disrespected the bitch.
We got CPA Joe with the $2 super chat. He said the Snowtime fakers will be exposed this year. Chat, this dude is from the... Matter of fact, let me show you guys some of the pictures of Luka Duker in his natural habitat over there in the Caucasus Mountains. The dude doesn't even want to hang around us, chat. He wants us to fly all the way to his country so he can go swimming in his lake over in his country. Why do we need to fly to your country, dude? Right? To go kick it in some pond, you know, near your Caucasus Mountain. Why do we need to do that? Where is it at? Luka fishing or some shit? What were they doing over there? They went fishing or some shit, chat. Let me see if I can find the photo. Okay, here we go. Look at this clown, man. Chat, he's imitating our culture. Okay. This is Malibu's Most Wanted Lakers edition. Look at this photo, chat. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Number one, I've been trying to figure out who is this nigga behind Luka? Who is this nigga? I've never seen this nigga in my life. Who is this nigga right here, chat, behind Luka? I saw this picture. I'm like, that ain't Vando. Who the fuck is that? I don't know who that nigga is, chat. Right? He said Luka took the fakers on a get out trip. You said Luka did cardio all summer. Not one single weight was lifted. Chat. This is Malibu's Most Wanted NBA edition. This is a joke. It's a joke. I keep telling you niggas that, bro. Does this nigga even really look like a hooper to y'all, bro? Does this nigga look like he really wants to win? I'm sorry, bro. With all due respect, I can't take white players seriously. I just can't, man. It just doesn't look right to me. It just doesn't. Tell me this doesn't look right, chat. Not in the NBA. Now, if this was baseball or hockey or something, okay, right? Not in the NBA, chat. I just can't take white men seriously. It's just something inside of me. I just can't take it seriously. Is that Aston in the back? Is that Aston? These niggas, he flew all the niggas to his country. What? So, chat, do we not have lakes in California or what? Why do we need to go to Yugoslavia? For what? Because he doesn't feel comfortable amongst our people. He doesn't feel comfortable. He wants to go where he's comfortable. Okay, so go play basketball over there. Oh, that's right. There's no money to be made playing basketball for Yugoslavia. They don't got millions of dollars for you. So you bring your cosplaying ass over here, right? That's all he's done the last 8-9 years since he's been in the States. He's been cosplaying as a black. Chat, do you guys realize this is the playbook for white men? This is what they do. You guys remember when Post Malone came out? What did Post Malone do when he first came out? We thought he was black. He came out, White Iverson. When I started balling, I was young. We thought he was a nigga. He had the braids like Allen Iverson. We thought he was black. Has anybody seen a picture of Post Malone lately? Whatever happened to his black cosplay that he was doing? Whatever happened to that? Let me show you guys a picture of Post Malone lately. I thought he was black. Now he's doing country music. He done changed his whole image up and everything. Come on, chat, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Y'all. Exactly, CPA Joe. Same with Jack Harlow. Same with Machine Gun Kelly. Same with Luka Doncic. They run the same play every single time. They come over here, they want to be down, they cosplay as a black, and then once they get uncomfortable, they revert back to what they know. And they go back to being a white boy. Now Luka's growing his hair out. Now he looks like a full-blown white boy now. He don't even look the same. This don't even look like Luka anymore. This isn't Luka. What happened to Luka? And then when I get up on the show, I'm a hater. No, man, you dudes are clowns, man. You dudes are clowns. Machine Gun Kelly was the same white boy trying to play black. He was the same white boy trying to play black. Now he's in a metal punk band or some shit. I don't know. Now he's a white boy again. Come on, gang. I can't take you dudes seriously, man. I can't take you dudes seriously, bro. I'm sorry, chat. I just can't, bro. This shit's ridiculous. This shit is literally ridiculous, bro. You got Luka and Aston over here playing patty cake. Did y'all see the video of Luka and Aston playing patty cake? Somebody sent me. Let me show you the video, chat. Let me see if I can find the video. Where's the video at, man? These dudes were over in Yugoslavia playing patty cake. Where is this video at? Okay, here it goes. I found it. This is what they're over there doing, chat. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, chat. They can finally be who they want to be now. Now that LeBron is gone, they had LeBron there. You know, big 6'9", 250-pound trench baby. You know, niggas from the fucking hood, man. Nigga came in there playing fucking Tupac and shit, man, making niggas uncomfortable. You know, do-rag on and everything. You know?
They only here to cause confusion. If this was chess, we'd be yelling checkmate 3 years ago, because we been beat these. It's not a game. They only here to cause confusion. If this was chess, we'd be yelling checkmate 3 years ago, because we been beat these. It's not a game.
Chat, LeBron was walking in the locker room, do-rag on, tatted the fuck up, bumping Tupac. They were uncomfortable, chat. They couldn't be who they wanted to be. This is who Luka and Aston really are. They're gay. This is who they really are. Now they can actually be who they really are. This is why they got LeBron out of there. You guys heard the story when Aston signed his deal. They serenaded him with country music and AR encrusted pillows. They didn't play Tupac when they signed LeBron. They didn't play All Eyes on Me when they signed LeBron. They didn't play All Eyes on Me, chat.
All eyes on me.
LeBron fans.
Chat, they didn't play All Eyes on Me when they signed LeBron. They signed Luker Duker and took him to a Backstreet Boys concert. They took him to the Backstreet Boys concert. They signed Luker, took him to the Backstreet Boys concert. They signed Aston and took him to, or they were playing country music for him. Come on, man. Come on, gang. This is pathetic, dude. This is insanity. This is insanity, bro. So y'all gave all the money to the whites, and now you want the blacks. You want Jonathan Kuminga to come in and play for $12 million. Jonathan Kuminga said, fuck that shit. I'm not finna come over here and play for $12 million. Nah, let me go to Minnesota where I got a real chance to win. Yeah, Minnesota could very well come out the West. They got a great starting five, chat. They could very well come out the West. LaMelo, Ant-Man, Jaden McDaniels, Jonathan Kuminga, Rudy Gobert. They could very well come out the West. Yeah. Why would I go to LA to be playing in the freaking play-in tournament? That's what's gonna happen if you go to LA. You're gonna be playing for the play-in tournament. Or you can go to Minnesota and be competing to come out the West. That's why he went to Minnesota. Because he's trying to win. He knows if he's in a winning situation, it'll be more beneficial for his career long term than to be playing for the Fakers. So he says, in the last month, the Timber Pups persistently recruited Kuminga, offering their best financial tool in the taxpayer mid-level exception, plus a large on-court opportunity. Edwards was a major part of the full court recruiting press to sign Kuminga, while President Tim Connolly traveled to Miami for a 4-hour in-person meeting with Kuminga earlier this month, along with productive conversations between the wing and coach Chris Finch. So they really wanted him. They really wanted him. They aggressively pursued him, and they got him. They got him. You said he's a total airhead, moron. He ain't got 1 ounce of winning in him. Doesn't Kuminga have a championship with Golden State? I'm a little bit confused. We got Miss All Day or Miss All Sunday. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. You said they won't make the play-in because Kessler won't play more than 50 games. Lakers hated AD for his health. Wait until you see this guy. Exactly. Exactly. You said Kuminga is one-dimensional, but he's good at scoring. I think he would have been more beneficial, for the Lakers, because they really need him. Minnesota, like I said, he just kind of makes them even better, but the Lakers desperately needed him because they don't have anybody that can guard. I mean, they got rid of Marcus Smart. They got rid of Rui. They got rid of LeBron. At this point, they're going to have to play Vando. I wouldn't be surprised if Vando ends up in the starting lineup for the Fakers. At this point, you're going to have to play Vando. Because I don't see how you're going to guard anybody. We all know Luka and Aston, they're not going to guard anything. That's free eats in the backcourt. I just don't understand how you build a team like this, man. I don't understand this roster construction. This is just terrible. But once again, this is what happens when your GM doesn't have a backbone. When your GM doesn't have a backbone and he doesn't want to make difficult decisions, you end up with a bogus roster like this. This is what happens. This roster is bogus, man. It's a joke. It's a joke. Anybody that thinks this is a serious roster, you don't know basketball. I'm being genuine with you. You don't know basketball. Luka and Aston don't play defense. Walker Kessler is a bust. Quentin Grimes and all these other clowns, Colin Sexton, these dudes are garbage. Sandro Mama, whatever his last name is, that dude he sucks. You niggas signed Matisse Thybulle and Zaire Williams, and this is like the Brooklyn Nets. That's the kind of team you guys built. You built a lottery team. This ain't no championship contender. You built a lottery team. You built a team that is one injury away from the NBA draft lottery. And the crazy part is you don't even have any picks. None of these guys you signed have played winning basketball. None of them. Colin Sexton has never played winning basketball. Quentin Grimes never played winning basketball. Walker Kessler never played winning basketball. None of these guys know how to win. Aston Reeves has never played winning basketball. When has Aston ever played winning basketball? This is terrible. So, like I said, man, I can't wait to hate watch the Fakers this year. I'm telling you guys right now, these Faker hate watch parties that I'm going to throw this year, I'm telling you, I'm going to go on a generational run this year. This is my year. I promise to God, this is my year. I'm going on a generational hate watch run this year. Seriously. I can't wait. I'm just getting ready right now, Chad. I'm just prepping right now. We got 2 months. We got 2 months to go. Yeah, I'm just getting ready. I'm finna go on a generational hate watch run on this Fakers team this year. You guys are dog shit.
Please don't tell me that was you saying the 96 Sonics. This is what you got to realize, Judah. It's very easy to out-debate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever. The fact that you let locker room outwit you and out-debate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker room.
Just trying to get my paper straight, girl.
But yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Y'all do me a favor, folks, and drop a like on the video. Can we get these likes up, folks? Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. You said Kyrie, LeBron, and AD would have been must-see TV trio. Once again, Rob Pelinka and Kobe Bryant have destroyed the Los Angeles Lakers. I actually tweeted this out. Let me show you guys my tweet. Let me show you guys this, folks. Let me show you guys this. Let me go to my Twitter. Y'all be sure to add me on Twitter. Ladies, if you guys want to, send me pictures of your pussy or whatever, like I'm fine with that. If you guys want to DM me booty pics and stuff, like, don't be bashful, don't be shy. You can send me all the booty pics you guys want, in my Twitter DMs.
You a freaky frog!
It's okay. But yeah, I tweeted this out about 5 hours ago. I want to show you guys this tweet. So it says, I said Kobe and his agent, Rob Pelinka, have single-handedly destroyed the Lakers. Faker fans wanted us to believe that LeBron and Clutch were the problems when in reality, it's Kobe and Rob Pelinka. Good luck competing for the play-in tournament. You can't blame LeBron now. Folks, I want you guys to stop me when I've told a lie. Tell me that what I said on Twitter 5 hours ago isn't the truth about this team. Tell me this isn't the truth. They wanted us to believe that LeBron James and Clutch Sports is the problem. When in reality, it's Kobe Bryant and his sorry-ass agent, Rob Pelinka, who couldn't get any more clients because he's trash. So he had to beg Kobe to get him a job with the Fakers. This is why your team sucks. Kobe Bryant, because remember, Kobe's final years in the NBA, he destroyed the Lakers. He was garbage. Go look up Kobe's numbers his last year. Matter of fact, okay. Because I didn't want to have to take it there, but I'm going to have to take it there. Because I have to bring this point home. Let me show you guys Kobe's stats. His last years in the NBA. Look at how trash Kobe Bryant was, chat. Look at this, chat. This is 2015, 2016, his last year in the NBA. This dude averaged 18 points a game. The man was shooting 36% from the field. And a dismal 29% from 3. Let this would have been Russell Westbrook. Let this would have been Russell Westbrook. I don't even think Russell Westbrook was this bad for the Lakers. Matter of fact, let me go to Russ's Lakers stats real quick. I think Kobe's last year was worse than Russ. Let me go to Russell Westbrook stats. Let's go to his stats with the Lakers. Exactly. Let's go to his stats with the Lakers, chat. His first year with the Lakers, Russ averaged 19, and he shot 44% from the field and 30% from 3. His second year, he averaged 16 points, but he shot 42% from the field and 30% from 3. Now let's go back to Kobe. Kobe's last year, 18 points, 36% from the field, 29% from 3. The dude was absolute dog shit. He was absolute dog shit. So he not only did he ruin the team through his own merit and through his own play and through his personality, which nobody wanted to come play with him because of his ego and his, bullshit. He then got his boyfriend hired, Rob Pelinka, and he's been destroying the team even after Kobe's demise. He's been destroying the team in Kobe's death. Kobe's already in the afterlife, and Rob Pelinka is destroying the team even in death. This nigga said Hobie fans would only embrace LeBron if he stayed and died in Cleveland. Yo, Hobie is, that is just crazy. This man said Hobie. That's crazy. So like I said, I don't want to hear any talks of LeBron and Clutch Sports destroyed the Fakers. Folks, stop it, man. The real people that destroyed the Faker organization is the spirit of Kobe Bryant. The spirit of Kobe Bryant permeates the Faker organization. Okay? It's an evil energy. It's sick. And until you guys cleanse the Faker organization of everything that has to do with Kobe Bryant, you guys will continue to fail. And you can think I'm trolling. I'm not trolling. I'm telling the God honest truth. That is the truth. If the Fakers want to get back to being a respected organization again, they have to get rid of the people that are affiliated with Kobe Bryant. It's that simple. Kobe Bryant and his buddy have destroyed the Fakers. The Fakers would be better off without Kobe and Rob Pelinka. And that's my take, folks. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that's really all I got on this particular topic, man. Shout out to Jonathan Kuminga for telling Luka Doncic to kiss his black ass, right? I listen. I support Jonathan Kuminga now. I was never a fan of this clown in Golden State. I was never a fan of this dude. I think I'm finally, chat, I can finally rock with Jonathan Kuminga now. I thought the dude was a full-blown goofy, but it's clear he's got some sense because he turned Luka Doncic and the Fakers down. And for that, I got to applaud him. So like I said, folks, I'm going to catch you guys, man, on the next one. This is rock bottom if you're the Fakers, right? When you guys are losing Jonathan Kuminga, I mean, you can't even, are you telling me you guys are the Fakers and you can't even sign Jonathan Kuminga?
Should I pull up a full-time LeBron jock sniffer and show you his? See, now y'all gonna make me do it to y'all, man. Nobody juggles LeBron's balls more than this dude right here. Nobody. This dude is a full-time ball juggler. Where's his? He deleted a lot of his videos because he's an idiot. He goes on the internet and starts cursing like a crazy person. And then he gets his videos deleted because he's an idiot. Let me show y'all his videos.
You make me feel these days.
LeBron fans, look. Look. Where are these magical views that are coming from LeBron? Look.
Some getting dry for your baby.
This is a LeBron
girl.
sniffer. Look at him. Look, we can just keep going. It's LeBron every single day. LeBron, look.
Smoke a nigga
Every single second. So where are all these views?
girl.
Where are all these views that y'all are talking about? Y'all saying, oh, Dreamers Pro's making money because he talk about LeBron. Okay, so where the views at?
The way you make me feel these days.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl.
Some getting
That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
Smoke a nigga top for your baby girl.